Yo, I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. In this video, we're going to go over a complete guide to the golden scarabs coming to New World. If you're not sure what a golden scarab is, it's an item coming into the game with Brimstone Sands. It's going to make crafting really good gear a little bit easier. So now you're going to be able to guarantee 2 perks on your gear with the use of this item. In this video, we're going to talk about how you get them, how you use them, why they're important, and a few things to watch out for along the way. So let's jump right in here. In order to find a golden scarab, you're going to need to loot elite ancient chests in the open world in the Brimstone Sands zone. These chests are tied to the glyph system, and you're going to need to have a particular glyph to open up the particular chest. We have a complete guide on how to find all of the glyphs in the Brimstone Sands area. There's a video as well as a written guide on the topic. I'll make sure to link both of those in the description below. You can also find these scarabs in what's called grave offerings, or the sarcophaguses that you find around the area. So there's a couple different types of the sarcophaguses. There is an elite one, and then there is a normal one. The elite ones are what you're looking for here, and if you open up the sarcophagus, you're going to have a monster spawn out of there. You need to kill that mob, and then you'll be able to loot the chest that's sitting beside it. One thing to bear in mind is that these mobs are not incredibly difficult. You can solo them, so it's not really that big of a deal. You just take out the mob, and then loot the chest. The elite chest have about a 5% chance to drop a golden scarab, and the grave offerings have about a 7% chance to drop a golden scarab. One very important thing to note here is that they are capped at 10 a day. So once you loot 10 golden scarabs in a 24-hour period, or before the cooldown timer resets for the next day, that'll be it. You won't be able to loot anymore, and you'll have to wait for the cooldown reset for the next day in order to loot more. The golden scarabs are not bound to you, and whenever you loot one, you can sell or trade them to other players via player-to-player trading, or post them on the trading post, whatever suits your fancy. You can find all of the elite ancient chests, or the ancient offerings, and the grave offerings over at newworldmap.com. You can come over here and you can filter by chests, and then you click brimstone and you just select ancient offerings and grave offerings, and then here they are. So once you have these selected, you can come to these chests. These are the ones you're going to want to loot to have an opportunity to get a golden scarab. After you've acquired some golden scarabs, it's now time to go use them. So in order to use them, you're going to need to go up to the appropriate crafting station. You can use these on armor, weapons, jewelry, any item that you can use a timeless shard on, you can use a golden scarab on. Once you're at the crafting station, you will need to find the golden scarab section. If you do not have a golden scarab in your inventory, this is not going to pop up. So if you don't see it, that's why. Once you have a golden scarab in your inventory, you will be able to see the golden scarab section listed under the timeless shard section, and this is what you need to craft with the golden scarab. So obviously you're going to have the scarab. You also need 3 timeless shards. You need 25 of the appropriate crafting mod, like your iron, battle metals, etc. And then you're of course going to need the cooldown mats required to make the item that you're trying to craft. You then need the appropriate crafting mod for the perk that you're trying to add to your item. So for example, if you're trying to add enchanted and chain lightning to a great axe craft, you'll just need to have those crafting mods, apply them, and then it will guarantee those 2 perks on your particular item. You also need to apply your Azoth, just as you would whenever you are crafting any other item in the game. A couple of things to note here though is that the maximum range you can craft with the golden scarab is in the 595 to 600 range. Here in this example, I don't have all of my gear to craft in that range, so this isn't a good depiction in the gear score area, but just know you can craft these from 595 to 600 whenever you have the appropriate gear on, whenever you have your food, whenever you have your territory buff, etc. You will be able to craft these 595 to 600. Another thing that's very important is that these cannot be used with runestone stopwatches. So you can use the golden scarab, but you cannot guarantee a 598 to 600 craft with the runestone stopwatch, but you can guarantee 2 perks from the 595 to 600 range. So this is going to make getting a best in slot item a little bit easier, because you're going to guarantee yourself 2 perks, and then the third one will be random. A couple of things you can do, or you should do, as you're utilizing these is make sure that you are being smart and using a little bit of a strategy whenever you're crafting your items. So For example, it's important to choose the 2 perks you want on your piece of gear that have like the largest perk pool. So if you're crafting a chest piece, for example, and you're trying to get like insatiable gravity well and shirking fortification and resilient on that chest chest piece, you're going to use 2 craft mods with the largest perk pools. So you would want to roll the golden scarab chest piece with like shirking fortification and insatiable gravity well. That way you're trying to get the random perk of resilient. This is because resilient has its own perk pool, and so you're going to have a greater chance to get a chest piece with resilient by eliminating the other 2 larger perk pools. And if you want to have like a quick reference of the size of each perk pool and what perks are in them, you can check out our entire perk guides that we have at newworldfans.com. I'll make sure to link those down in the description below. It's a very quick look at all of the perks and the perk pools, and you can get a good idea of what you want to roll from there. That's how you craft an item using the golden scarab. It's going to be pretty powerful to be able to craft an item with 2 perks on there, with 1 perk being random. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you think this is too OP? Do you like this change? Is this awesome? Is the drop rate too high, too low? Would you like to get more? Do you like it being capped at 10 per day? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, because I'm very interested in hearing them. But before we get out of here, there's a couple of other things that we need to note about looting these golden scarabs. There's a few areas that are pretty tricky to get to. Number 1, we mentioned the glyphs before that you need to open up the elite ancient chest, and again, I'll make sure to link those guides in the description below. And another thing to take note of is that there are acid areas within the Brimstone Sands area. There are ways to mitigate the acid damage you take via potions, and then there is an item you can craft and slot it into a gem slot that also helps you with acid resistance. So just be very careful whenever you're going to loot the chest in those areas, because the acid is pretty nasty. It will do a number on you for sure. So that about does it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy New World content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to grow this channel here, and the subscription and the like would help us out greatly. Also, if you want to continue the conversation, come on over to twitch.tv/BDLG. We stream New World every Tuesday through Friday at 8 o'clock a.m. CST. That'll do it for this one. We'll see you in the next one.